Today I would like to show you how to partially wire wrap crystals for hanging on a tree. I have two citrus trees that I placed too close together when I first planted them. I later found out there was not enough moisture flowing through them, so they would drop leaves and appear to die in certain areas. What I did was last year I placed a crystal, large size crystal sphere in the middle of them. And when it fell off its stand, I noticed that the two trees where they were close to the crystal actually regenerated. The leaves are full, green, really nice. So what I'm doing is wrapping some other crystals and I'm going to hang them. I'm only partially wrapping the crystals in copper wire because copper wire generates energy. So I'm going to partially wire wrap them, and then I'm going to hang them on the tree with string. That way it doesn't damage the branches when the wind blows or they rock back and forth. So what you'll need is some string, just some cheap string, regular string. You get tons of it, so that way you can make the string as long as you need to, so that you can hang it. You don't want them hanging right up on a branch. You can hang them, let them hang down and move in the wind, catch glimpses of the sunlight also. You need some wire. And you can pick these up. You don't need that much, so you can pick this up probably at your nearest craft store. You need some needle nose pliers, or these have a cutter. So needle nose pliers, excuse me, and a wire cutter, or just the one if you have it on both of them. So what you do, these are about 9 inches. I cut them about 9 inches long, and that's only because these are good sized crystals. And then I cut the string a good size. Don't be stingy with the string. You have tons of it, and it only costs about $1. The end result is going to be this. These are not grade A crystals, but most of these have a double termination, which means it has on a point on one end and a point on another. Some of these terminations were man-made, which means they actually cut the crystal and then smooth them. And some are not, but this is what you're going to have. We're going to wrap it so that the wire is sitting slightly out from the crystal. That way the wire does not rub on the crystal and damages it. And here is another one, just to show you. And it will hang. So, let's say we began. We have, I'll bring this in so that you can see it. They are not, again, they're not grade A crystals, and they really don't need to be grade A crystals because we're wrapping them to put them on the tree. And we're not wrapping them for jewelry's sake. So what you do is you take a piece of wire that you've already pre-cut. You kind of bring the two tips together, almost like you're going to bend it in half, but you're not. I kind of like the heavy part on the top when I'm doing the crystal. Sometimes you can't tell the difference, but this one is slightly larger on this end. So I kind of like that heavy part on the top. The reason being is because when you wrap it, it kind of cradles better in the wire. So place it about halfway in and hold it with your hands like so. And then you're going to twist. And I twist this wire in one direction, and you're going to twist it as far down to the end. This does not have to be perfect. And then we will take the needle nose pliers and make a slight loop going downward. You want the loop going downward, so when you hang it on the string, the loop will be the opening part will not be at the top. That way the string won't come out. Now we'll just hold the other side, and then we're going to wrap this side in the opposite direction. So I wrap this one going away from me. I will twist this part of it coming towards me. I forgot, and I apologize. When you move too fast, it kind of looks blurry. And so this side will have a loop in it as you get to the end. So just don't don't twist it all the way. And that's enough of a loop there. And so now this is what you have. Now again, you take the pliers, the needle nose pliers, and this side I twist it away from me. I'm going to put these up on the wire, but close to it, to the crystal, but not hitting the crystal, and then use that to twist it away from me. What it's going to do is tighten up. You'll have to rotate it all the way so that the loop again, the opening is not on the top. Now I'll just turn it around. Notice, see, that really tightened it up. I didn't really have to do either side, both sides. That tightened it up. And then you can use your hand and kind of bend it upward. Usually when you do that little bending upward is when it loosens up again. See how it's kind of loose? Now that will be fine hanging on the tree like this. But for my own peace of mind, I would prefer that it is tighter. The wire, that is, tighter. That's it. It's partially wrapped. I'm going to move these out of the way. And pick up a piece of string. There's nothing fancy about tying this, although I don't want to loop this through here and then through here because the string is down on the crystal, and that I don't want. So I'm just going to loop it into one side and tie that twice. Once, just a plain tie like you're tying a shoestring. And twice, and that's what it looks like. It doesn't have to be fancy. This other piece is going to be looped around the tree branch like so. You're going to wrap it around the tree branch, then tie it on this end. Tie this twice, once it's on the tree branch, the same way you did the other one. And then you have this nice loop that hangs on your tree branch. And it will rock in the wind, sway in the wind as the wind blows. But as long as it's not too high up on the branch like this, it will be able to catch sunlight. And the sunlight cleanses and strengthens each of the energy rather in the crystal and kind of enhances it. So what you want it to do, you want it to hang long enough so that it is able to rock in the wind. What it will do is move energy. It'll create a nice energy field around the tree. So I will try to attach pictures to the video at the beginning and at the end so that you can see what the tree looks like, and mine, that is, and you can see the crystals hanging on the tree. And you'll notice that once you put it on there, you'll notice the difference in the energy on the tree and around the tree. Thank you so much for joining me, YouTube. You have a great day.